Any cool youth pastor is definitely trying to sleep with 16-year-olds.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the uncoolest thing.
The dentists are just liberal propaganda.
Are you telling me a fact right now?
I'm telling you a 100% fact.
The youth minister who says he has like Grand Theft Auto at his place.
No, we got Vice City. We can play. It's sick.
This game is full of sin, but I won't tell anybody. All right, it's super fun.
Beat up prostitutes on the street in the name of God.
My family wasn't religious, but I was kind of like sheltered a bit. Like with Grand Theft Auto, I wasn't allowed to like play it or watch it or anything. So then when I go to friends' houses who would have it, I'd go hard. You know, like I'd be doing the worst shit. I'd just take a car and just drive it through a town and just be like, this is what I want to do because my parents won't let me do this. The kids are like, I play this game all the time. I just do missions now. I'm like, fuck the mission. This is about breaking all the rules now.
Yeah. I'm not gonna play fucking Mission 15, bull in a china shop. I'm gonna go just kill some elderly with a bat.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I played the first Grand Theft Auto, which was top down. It was pixel based, top down. There were no story.
Really?
It was just like steal out of cars and then trying to escape from the cops. That's all it was.
Oh hell
Yeah.
yes. But like, there's also like the same kid with the video, like the violent video games. There's the same kid with like sugar. There's always the kid who never was allowed to have sugar at his house. Came over a sleepover, and it just goes deep on the Kool-Aid and Skittles. Just eats like 19 cupcakes and vomits in your mom's fucking towel bin.
I know this kid whose parents had restricted his porn usage at his house. This is a teenager. He's like 16 or so. He was 16 or 17. He goes and sleeps over at my other friend's house, and his mom comes down in the middle of the night about 4 a.m. and finds his friend just looking at the computer, just looking, just looking at it, and then he's like, oh, I'm sorry. Then he kind of sketches out and goes off, and she looks. He had downloaded like 20 videos, like downloaded them onto the computer. Of porn videos.
Maybe he's trying to Gmail them to himself.
That was the smart. Maybe he was trying to do that and then delete them.
Yeah.
Like a little Mission Impossible. The clock ticking down.
He for sure was singing the theme song.
That wasn't really so much of an issue when I was a kid. When I was in high school is when America Online started. If you had an internet connection, it was the dial-up modem, which means if you were on the internet, you were paying for it per minute. And
it's not worth it.
You could download porn, but it would take like 5 minutes per picture.
Yeah.
That's expensive at that point, yeah.
You might as well go to the dentist's office, get like a Sunset magazine.
You're like, this better be good.
Just the dentist office.
You started junior college. Were you working during this time too?
Yeah, I had my first job. I was working at Home Depot for $6 an hour.
Oh, hell yeah. So you were just a terrible employee. I haven't met one good employee at Home Depot.
I was a lot attendant, so my job was basically gather shopping carts, sweep the front of the store to make sure it's clean. Customers would come up with the receipt that had like 50 bags of cement that you had to load into the back of their truck.
Oh no, that's
Cleaning the bathrooms. That was the one thing that I remember was we had to clean the bathrooms. And we used this super strong industrial strength, just all-purpose cleaner that smelled ginger. Ginger. I could not eat for like 10 years afterwards.
Yeah, does that ruin sushi for you? Yeah.
Cleaning Home Depot bathroom.
Well, you need probably the strongest things to kill whatever happens in a Home Depot bathroom.
You were the lot attendant. Did you have to deal with like the Home Depot fucking carts, like all the big heavy, all the long heavy ones with the bars and the places?
You can put lumber on.
You can put lumber and stuff on things. Yeah, so it's not your average lot.
Oh,
yeah, our job was to just run around and like ask people if they needed help loading stuff into their car, and then we weren't allowed to like help people tie stuff down. Just
like liability.
Yeah, just in case you don't do it right, then you.
I was told one time someone had come in looking for me because I helped them tie down like this shower stall in the back of their truck, and it fell off.
Oh my God! So they're looking for you.
Yeah.
That teaches them not to trust a Home Depot employee.
Yeah, they should know better, honestly.
Yeah, come on. The giant store. It's even more than, it's not even close to a store. It's like something more. And you're looking for whatever. You're looking for nails, and there's nobody. Somehow no one works in this ginormous building.
Dude, last time I was in Home Depot, I was literally looking for a worker, and then I went in the corner, and these two workers are literally hiding out, talking to each other, and like not wanting to be bothered by anybody. I'm like, honestly, I'm not going to bother you guys because you guys aren't going to help me anyway.
They seem to be having a good time. They're playing dominoes by the ceiling fans.
After a couple months as a lot attendant, I got promoted to flooring.
Oh.
And any flooring, but there were a couple people in my department who had. So I would sort of tag along and listen to them like explain things to people. And then after like a month, like I'm explaining to people how to lay tile, having a tile in my life. Minimum wage employee who's never done any of the stuff. Like, oh yeah, you definitely want to use a quick set, and that'll help you with it. And then,
now what you do, you gotta get the squares, and you lay them down kind of in the thing, and then you put all the stuff on top of it, and there you go. You got a new bathroom floor, and you're the king of your neighborhood.
yeah.
And people are taking that up against like real research that other people have done. Like the Home Depot worker told me this. The Home Depot worker told me this. So I believe this.
Yeah, I mean this was also, like I said, like early days of the internet. So this is pre-YouTube. So you couldn't
It's true.
YouTube and be like, how do I lay tile? You just had to listen to the minimum wage idiot at Home Depot and hope that he knew what he was talking about. Which it turns out he didn't.
Turns out there's a lot of uneven floors in your neighborhood.
I probably killed some old people. How'd grandma break her hip? They're fucking asshole at Home Depot.
Yeah, back in the day, you couldn't
You
ask
got
many
another
people
person
around.
coming in there looking for you. Then the next, not the lot of the floor. The next guy comes in.
Poor Nana.
I can never go back.
There's like the Home Depot employee, and then like your envious neighbor, like Greg, who didn't tell you real advice. Not a lot of people could turn to back in the day before the internet.
Basically, it was just your dad. Like I said, my parents were super religious.
He knew how to put in a floor.
No, this is like there's an old military base shut down. I don't remember exactly when. I think in the 70s or the 80s. They were like selling off all the land. So my parents and a couple other Christian couples that they knew from their church were planning on buying some of the land from this closed military base.
Hell yeah! Were you gonna set up like a volleyball court?
They were gonna start a Christian commune.
Nice.
Sick.
My dad took a year-long carpentry class where he learned how to build homes like from the foundation up. My dad did know like everything about it. This close from growing up in a cult.
That would have been sick, though.
I think would have probably made for better stand-up.
100%. Your name could be like River Jones or something. That'd be cool. Cult names are always the coolest.
I could have been in charge of my own cult by now.
There's still time. Just invest in some robes, some land, and like seeds, and you got it. Go to the DMV, change your name to like Kriston Bishop, and there you go. You got a fucking cult.
Matt, I've seen you play like a convincing Jesus in like an internet sketch or two. Have you ever thought about showing up places and freaking people out?
Just like a reincarnation.
Not seriously. For the comedy, yes, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Show up at like a Subway. Jesus is back, and I want my meatball sub. Is that how Jesus sounds?
The dentists are just liberal propaganda.
Are you telling me a fact right now?
I'm telling you a 100% fact.
You hear the news?
I like an adult podcast.
You hear the news?
I like an adult podcast. Handsome, tall, athletic.
Two slobs just getting it on.